everybody, and good morning. Welcome to Board Game Breakfast Live. Normally, we record these things ahead of time, but because last week was a holiday week, I decided to do it live instead, and we're going to find out what happens here. If you are watching this and there's any kind of hiccup, in fact, we started a few minutes late, for which I apologize. I needed to change a few things here. Running this live is a very different aspect than doing it, but that way I can respond to the people who are here. So just make sure you can let me know that you can hear me okay, that the microphone is working, and we're going to get started here. First of all, we want to thank our sponsor, Pandasaurus Games, who, as you can see, we have Gods Love Dinosaurs, one of their games, but we also want to talk about Godspeed. Godspeed, they want to point out, was mentioned in the top. There are 12 strategy games of Christmas, and it's a really cool game. Amazing components, a lot of fun. If you like worker placement style games, this is one that you will enjoy. In fact, we're giving out 3 copies for people in North America. All you have to do to enter this contest is to email us at contest@dicetower.com, and in the description put the word Godspeed, just Godspeed, and you can win one of 3 copies. You have a week to enter this contest. Okay, well, so here we go. The holidays are over. Today's the last day in November. Well, the Thanksgiving holiday. The Christmas holiday season has begun. So there's a lot of things. In 2 weeks from today, we're doing the Winter Spectacular. All right, I want you to come by and join us for that. It is going to be a top 10-tastic Winter Spectacular. That's how all Winter Spectaculars are going to be. This is the beginning of a new thing, I hope. But I've already finished all my top 10 lists of the year, leaving myself breathing room that I could play something in the next 2 weeks, but highly doubtful. I played a lot of games this year, and there's just so many good things. I was just gutted yesterday. When I was putting together my top 10, I had to take a game out of the top 10, put it to number 11, and I was thinking, man, people are going to get on my case for making this game number 11 because there's just so much goodness this year. So there's a lot of cool things that will be coming in the future. And hello to all of you who are just saying hi from Belgium and everywhere else. I want to say hello to all of you. We're going to get started here. We, of course, have a ton of contributors who do amazing work, so check all their stuff out. We'll get going, and we'll be back soon enough.
Hi, I'm Ambie, and today I'm going to talk about Abstract, which is a paint-by-number roll-and-write game. In Abstract, you're creating a piece of art by filling in different squares with different colors based on what you roll each turn. At the beginning of the game, 3 different scoring end goals will randomly be chosen, and throughout the game you'll be focusing on that in order to color your masterpiece in. Each turn you roll 5 dice. 1 of them will give you a bonus, and then 4 of them will be painting in 2 squares, and you can do this in any order you want. So you can get the bonus first, and then paint, or paint first and then get the bonus. Each time you paint a square, you use 2 dice, 1 for the color and 1 for the region, and then that's how you decide where you're painting and what color you're using. The bonuses you unlock can be used at any future time, and there's 3 different bonuses. 1 of them changes the die roll by 1 up or down. 1 of them lets you paint in any square, regardless of your die roll, and 1 of them just gives you an extra point. As the game progresses and regions fill up with paint, you won't be able to place any more paint in there. So if you roll only that region, then you won't be able to paint there and you get an X and you lose a point. So you want to plan ahead and leave your painting open to have the most possibilities for painting, but also trying to score the best points based on what the end goal scoring is. It's fun planning to get the shapes and colors that you want in your art piece. And it's also fun trying to plan out your art piece so that you get the most points out of the end goals, because the different end goals tend to clash with each other, so you can't do everything for all of them. Abstract is a quick and fun game, and you also get to color in your squares and name your art piece at the end, so it's relaxing to play and it looks cool at the end. Bye!
Hello, my name's Dan. This is Cora, and we're here today to talk to you about Cora Quest. Did I make you jump there again? Go on, you do Cora Quest this time.
No.
Oh, what? You're... What? Cora Quest. So, this is our family dungeon crawling cooperative game, isn't it? That you and I designed together as part of your lockdown homeschooling project.
Finally got it right.
I finally got it right. I was calling it a deck builder. I was calling all sorts of things.
Dungeon builder.
Dungeon builder.
Anyway.
Well, that's beside the point. My incompetence isn't what's the issue today. What is the issue is playtesting. Because we have playtested it a lot. We've been playtesting it together, haven't we? And we've been I've sent out a load of copies of it. It's been print and play as well. And so people have been playtesting it for us. But one of the things we would have done, what would we have done normally if normal times?
We would have gone to our family board game club and playtested it there.
Yeah, we would have done.
But we can't for obvious reasons.
No, we can't, because we're not allowed. And so what we've been doing is playtesting it online using Tabletop Simulator, and more recently Tabletopia as well. We're just getting it on there as well. And you've been playing it online as well, haven't you? You've had a game with our friend Max and his son George.
Yeah.
How did you find playing Cora Quest online?
I found it very fun because even though you can't see the person, it's fun to just not have to play with this guy.
What? How dare you? It's good. It's good to be able to play with different people. Which we've really been missing recently, haven't you? Yeah. And do you think it worked well online?
It worked very well.
Yeah.
It was easy to all the things just teleported straight onto the
that's with the Tabletop Simulator thing. Yeah. And do you think it was like a?
It was pretty much like a real game.
Yeah, I think it was pretty much like a real game as well. So that's one way we've been playtesting it, and now we'd like to start playtesting and demoing it with some more people on the run-up to the Kickstarter that we're launching in February. And so we're going to be organising every Saturday over the next few weeks, all the run-up to the Kickstarter, really. We're going to be doing online demos of it with myself and possibly Cora if she's around, depending on if she feels like it or not. I'm not going to force you to sit in front of the computer all day.
Like I don't already do.
That's very true. So if you would like to play Cora Quest with myself and possibly Cora, then you're more than welcome to. If you sign up to our Cora Quest newsletter at CoraQuest.com.
Also, before we speaking of computers,
we've
got a Cora Quest computer.
Got a Cora Quest screensaver, not bad, eh? If you sign up to our newsletter, then we'll let you know when and how to play Cora Quest online with Cora and myself. And so that'd be really cool. So
it would be really cool.
It would be really cool, yeah. So that's all we got, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
Oh, bye-bye.
All right. I turned off my mic so that I would not. I turned off my mic so that I would not be heard during the clips, and then forgot to turn it back on. All right. Let's try it again. Okay. So, what did I say? First of all, I said I can't follow up Dan and Cora because they're so good. Then I said it's about time for me to take a look at the new Board Game Geek website. They recently redid the page, so I I'm thrown off now by the sound being off. Okay. Dice Tower Live! Okay, so they recently redid the front page. So this is the way it used to look here on the dashboard. And so you could see here all the different things on the dashboard. This is the way it used to look. And they changed it to this new page, which caused some amount of controversy. And so people probably are asking, you know, well, everyone's asking what they think about it. Now, traditionally, I have yet to see Board Game Geek make any change that people have not complained about dramatically. Now, what Board Game Geek is doing here, and I guess the biggest thing that I don't understand is people said they got rid of the old one, but here it is as dashboard. And if it really bothers you, you could even make the dashboard your home page or whatever. That's what I use. I usually use it for subscriptions anyway up here and stuff. But this is what comes up if you just click on Board Game Geek. So I guess if you go back, if you're like me and you click on the top left-hand icon up there to go back to the main page, you go back to this page. So maybe you have an extra click, I suppose. Other than that, I love Board Game Geek. I use Board Game Geek every day. I'm there more than any other website with the exception of my Gmail because I spend so much time on my emails. But other than that, I spend more time on Board Game Geek. I love the website and I utilize it. I know lots of ins and outs of Board Game Geek to use, but I'm an experienced user. I've been using the website now for almost 20 years. So of course I know the ins and outs, but new people are going to be overwhelmed by it. So I'm personally glad that they did this new one. Now I saw some complaints. Some people said, oh, you know, there's a lot of stuff here about selling of games in the front page. You know, here we can see there's a weekend sale. And over here we have a Board Game Geek gift guide and the promos from Dice Tower. And then underneath it, we got hot games and then crowdfunding games and feature videos, which are probably never going to show a Dice Tower video, but that's okay because it's Board Game Geek. Why would they not push their own videos? So, yeah, it pushes stuff for people to buy, but you know what? If you're new and you're going to Board Game Geek, that's what you're going for, to buy games probably, or to find a review of a game. And again, that's what they have here. I mean, I'm not a website expert, you know, and I would be very loath to criticize someone else's website when a Dice Tower website itself needs to be updated, which it currently is in the process of, and it takes a long time. Board Game Geek took years and years of actively working on their website to get it where it's at because there's so much data in the background. Dice Tower has a lot less data, so we'll probably get ours up a little faster, but it still takes a good amount of time to change it. Also, the new website works on mobile really well. Now, someone here says, that's just the thing. You can't set the dashboard to be your homepage. Well, you can. You can just save this BoardGameGeek.dashboard here, and if you pick that, it goes right to the dashboard. I mean, you can set that to be your home page. You can't set it to be the home page of Board Game Geek, but you can set it to be your home page. I don't know about you all, but most of the time when I go to websites, I use various links here, you know, different things that I have, and I go to I can just put that on there. But someone says they hate when people complain about stuff. I agree too. And thank you for pointing out that the Dice Tower website needs to be freshened up. Thanks. Very, very nice of you. I don't think it's wrong to complain, essentially. If you don't like something, it is what it is, right? It's okay to say, I don't like a website, I don't like a change, okay? So I'm hesitant to say never complain about stuff. That's incorrect. You can say something's wrong. It's just that I think we have to be careful sometimes that our complaining doesn't come off as old man yelling at the cloud syndrome. And we have to try to look at things from a new person's perspective. I deal with new people into the hobby all the time, and it's so easy for me to forget sometimes that I'm not new to the hobby, that I learn through osmosis. This is really interesting to me now because I mentioned this on Facebook, but my in-laws were teaching my kids how to play Rook, which is a trick-taking game. It's not an uber complex trick-taking game, but it has a bidding system in it, which is, the system's not uber complex, but the understanding of it is. And I listened to them explain that the 1 was actually high, and my kids were like, why is the 1 higher? Because it just is. Okay, that doesn't make any sense. And they're like, well, here you need to bid 100 points or whatever. My kids are like, why? And having that info dump on them to people who kind of osmosis played Rook their whole lives, they understood it. And I'm watching it from that perspective, someone new learning it. And that's how Board Game Geek is. I've been with Board Game Geek as the years went by. And so through osmosis, I was able to, learn the new things that came up with it. But I've been saying for a long time that it's a difficult website for new people. I think this new one is better. There's still things about it that could be fixed, I'm sure. But the new one is just an easier guide for new people. And if getting more people in the hobby costs me an extra click, I think I can deal with that. It's not that big of a deal. And like I said, you can set dashboard and stuff to other things. So, Edward here says, I was taught complain by all means, but also suggest solutions. I agree with that, but you also have to realize that not all solutions will be accepted. A good example is a board game breakfast. I have people constantly tell me, hey, I like board game breakfast, but I don't like a contributor. Well, maybe I'll get 3 emails from someone else saying I do like that contributor. And I'll say, well, to that one person, you don't like them, but other people do. And I think the same thing is the case here with Board Game Geek. You and Rado need to rework the mechanism section. Well, maybe. There's a lot of work that goes involved in these things. I don't think people realize sometimes how much work goes behind the scenes, and also how important the web is in general for new people showing up at websites. If I show up at a website and I can't figure it out, this just happened to me with a specific website a couple weeks ago. I went to this website. It was a website I needed to use for something. I went there and I was like, this is such a pain. I'm out. Now, eventually, a week or so later, I said, all right, I will figure this website out, and I did. But it wasn't simple. Someone emailed me and said, here's some tips and things, and I helped figure it out. That's how Board Game Geek is for a lot of people. So I, for one, think this is a great thing. You say, Tom, that's because your promos are in the Board Game Geek store. It is not. That is very nice of Board Game Geek to have done that, and we like working with them. But I will say that Board Game Geek has done more for me than I will probably ever be able to repay them in the hobby. I mean, you could argue and say, Tom, your reviews help Board Game Geek grow. Yeah, maybe by 0.05% back in the day. It is what it is. Board Game Geek has helped me out a lot, and I appreciate them, and I love all the folks that work there. In fact, my former editor, Derek Porter, is working for Board Game Geek. And so, So anyway, that is what I found on the internet. Board Game Geek getting better, and hopefully we'll see more of these changes as time goes by. All right, let's take a look at some more contributors.
Hey there, Dice Tower fans. I hope your breakfast is going great. My name is Dave here at GameVine, and we are going to do another Dice Tower Smash Up. Today we're going to get a genre of games that I love, dexterity, and I want to get this googly eye game. Now, there are other games that have these goggles that distort your vision, and I wanted to get some dexterity games and see what the best smash up would be. So let's go down here, check them out, and smash some things up. Okay, so the first games I thought of when I was thinking of this mashup was dexterity games. The first one that actually came to mind was Villa Paletti, and it's because it's all wibbly wobbly, and these glasses really do make everything wibbly wobbly. And you can also do Monara here. It's a co-op game. You can have somebody kind of guide you if you're not putting it where you need it to be, but man, my hand, I really can't see anything, so let's go ahead and try to give this a chance. Not too bad. Let's try again. Oops. And boom goes the dynamite. Okay, so that's this mashup. Now, I've actually played this Google Eye game, and it's a drawing game. Really not that fun. So let's smash this up with a game that has drawing that is spectacular. I love Doodle Quest. So it has this transparency. I think it's perfect for these weird goggles because I really can't see anything right now. So let's get under the sea and smash this up. Let's go. So let's put on the glasses and do the smash up. Oh man, yeah, whoa! This is not gonna end too well. This starfish is right there. Okay, that's lined up as best as I can. I think I almost got the starfish, so it didn't go too bad in the beginning, but I think the right lens really strayed me off. So it made it really wibbly wobbly, but it didn't make it too much. So that's all the smash ups I have for you today. Enjoy the rest of your breakfast. Again, my name is Dave here at Gamevine. Come join me at my channel. But until the next time that I see you, have a great rest of your day and a great time with all that you play. Bye.
Hey folks, I'm Anthony. Welcome back to Dad Boards. Let's get to today's topic.
Pizza. Pizza.
What's this?
Pizza. Cooking.
What are you cooking? Pizza?
Pizza. Pizza.
AJ, what did you make?
Pizza. Pizza.
As you can see, AJ loves him some pizza, and I can't really blame him. Who doesn't? So in honor of that, today we'll be taking a look at New York Slice from Bezier Games. In this game, one person is going to be the first slicer, and they're going to separate the pizza into as many portions as there are players. You can also place the Today Special on one of those portions, or it can stand alone as its own, as long as the total is still the number of players. And then the person to the left is going to take one of the portions and choose with each slice whether to add it to their collection or put it face down to eat the pepperoni, which is going to get you points at the end of the game. Next person after that goes, and finally the slicer that round will be the last person to take a portion. At the end of the game, you'll get points for having the most of each particular slice and any specials and any pepperoni that you ate, minus any anchovies you may have eaten, because I guess nobody likes those. All right, give me five. 5 reasons why I like the game New York Slice. Reason number 1, it's about food, point blank, period. Reason number 2, this I split, you choose thing is awesome. I had never experienced it before in a game or anything in real life, to be honest. Reason number 3, plays up to 6, and you know what? The more players, it doesn't slow down the game at all. I love when a game can do that. 4 and 5, I'm combining here. It's the graphic design and the components that make this game an incredible package. It comes in a pizza box. The slices are great, nice and thick. The rule book looks like a menu. Even the score pad looks like a guest check from a restaurant. Thanks for watching, folks. We'll see you next time, and save me a slice, won't you?
Recently, I played Space Base with the designer John DeClaire. He said his favorite card is You Win card.
And you hate that card.
Well, not everybody likes that card. It's just a funny card. So in Space Base, the base game, you have that card that if you roll certain numbers a few times, you win the game straight away.
I think you need 5 12s in the base case, but then you can move it. You can try to move it to a different slot. I think I've won with that card once, and I've lost with it as well. Last time we played, I had everything like perfectly set up. I think
500 arrows pointing at that.
Yeah, I think I'd moved the card from the 12 slot into like the 8 or the 9 slot, and I had arrows pointing at it from the left. An expansion component where arrows will point up and down, so you can use the passive turn arrows. So I had like 5 or 6 different arrow paths to load up my U-Win, and they were normally rolled numbers, and it just wasn't happening. And I think I got down to 1 cube left before I won, but you managed to get the 40 points the turn before it. So it was the tightest game we've played on the UN.
I got lucky. I mean, it's space-based. It plays quick, and then it's a lot of dice rolls. So, that's okay to have no-win cards.
Yeah.
Do you like it? Do you not? Write in the comment sections below. And we are Meeple University on the Dice Tower, also on YouTube for a few videos, how to play and so on. See you next time.
All right. Well, first of all, I haven't heard Boom Goes the Dynamite in a long time, so there's that. The pizza game, interestingly enough, they re-released a new version of it, a Polish company called Pizzeria. I saw that on Board Game Geek when I was going through all the 2020 games, and I was very curious. I want to get a copy of it. It's probably only available in Poland, but the components looked, at least from the pictures, to be pretty good. All right. So what's coming from the Dice Tower this week? Well, I'm reviewing quite a few games, so I'm going to peek over here and tell you what I'm taking a look at. I'm taking a look at a game called Or from Quick Simple Fun, Paris from Kramer and Kiesling. I'm going to be comparing the new Sidereal Confluence to the old one. Let's see, Tawantasuyu and ducks in a row. All 4 of us are going to be reviewing the new Santorini, New York together. And also, Chronicles of Crime 1400. So all that's coming your way. We also have an unboxing going up tomorrow and various videos going throughout the week. Of course, Board Game Breakfast Live, our Thursday one, is back full on Thursday, and Crowd Surfing on Wednesday, where we take a look at different Kickstarter projects. So there's a lot of different things coming up this week. Like I said, I'm already pre-recording stuff this week for our Winter Spectacular, so we'll be saving some of the stuff we're recording this week for that week. But I think you won't be upset. I'm trying to review as many of the big name games as possible, both this week and next week. Next week, there's also some of these coming. Later on today, when this is finished here at 10 o'clock, Z will be doing What's Happening. And at noon, I'll be coming back and doing a live Q&A. So hopefully you enjoy that. And of course, if you're watching this and you've never checked out our podcast, check that out. Each week on Tuesday, we release a podcast. And not just us. There's many different podcasts that are part of Dice Tower Network. And you can find out all at dicetowernetwork.com. All right, well, that's what's coming up. Let's get started with some more contributors.
Hey there everyone, it's Jen, the board game librarian, with her husband Matt.
Hello.
Hello, who's joining me today? This is my segment, From the Page to the Table, where I pair a book and a board game together, whip up some library magic, and make them work. There's really no surprise if you say what the book is this week, right, and what the game is. So it's a little...
There's no other thing to match this with.
There is no other thing. And gasp, I've never read Pillars of the Earth before, hence why I brought reinforcements with me today. So, off you go, Matt. Tell us about Pillars of the Earth.
I mean, there's not much to say about Pillars of the Earth that hasn't already been said. It's a book about not only the building of a cathedral in England, but the society and the religion and the politics around the process of building such a large church. The game is perfect as far as matching its theme with the book, not only for the worker placement aspect of the game, but for, hey, if you want to get out there and do something early, you have to pay to do it. You know, this isn't just a game where you send out workers for free. You can, but that spot might not be open to you when the time comes for it to be free. So, and that's something I think the game really does well with putting the theme of building a cathedral in here. It's not just the goods. It's about getting, going out there and getting the best that you can, but you're going to pay for it.
All right. So if you have not subscribed to our YouTube channel, The Literary Gamers, we appreciate that. We love that. We have a giveaway going on right now until we reach 500 subscribers, where you can win one of Matt's books. Happy breakfast, Matt.
See you next time, everyone. There's a reason for that.
Yeah. Spoilers.
Hey friends, Kim here from Tabletop Rebellion, and I'm going to switch things up on you just a little bit. We're getting close to the holidays, so I wanted to share some gift ideas. First on the list is a new game from Grand Gamers Guild called The Kringle Caper, and it's an escape room game. Now, don't let that packaging fool you. There is a ton of game packed in here. This 18-card deck is going to take you through an adventure at the North Pole where you have to help solve a mystery. I'm not going to go too far into details about the puzzles or show you any cards because I don't want to spoil anything. What I can tell you is this game is a really great family activity. There are puzzles here that everyone can help solve, so don't feel like you have to be a seasoned pro at these to enjoy it. There's also this website to use, so once you're ready to start playing, you can scan the QR code in the packaging with your phone, and with just a little jingle jangle, you're ready to get started. And the site will time your progress and offer up clues if you happen to get stuck on any of the puzzles. On average, games can take around 60 minutes, but it certainly didn't feel like it. We had a blast going through this game. There's some really good thinkers in there, and we were pleasantly surprised with all the different kinds of puzzles that they included. You can still grab a copy in time for Christmas from the Grand Gamers Guild website, and we recommend this game for you and your family. As an added bonus, once you complete it, you can pass it along to other family or friends, or you can store it away for the next 12 months, because if you're like me, you won't remember any of the answers next year. So, happy holiday gaming to you. We'll be back again soon with more holiday game suggestions. See you next time.
All right, that's interesting. I actually have that escape room game, and I just kind of put it aside because it was so small. So maybe I'll get it played soon enough. All right, folks, last week I talked about Thanksgiving, because in America it's Thanksgiving, but during the holiday season, it's time to be thankful for everyone. But since we're doing this live, I thought we would do it with you all. So we're doing it live. This is your chance. In the comments, tell me something you're thankful for. Let's keep it more gaming related if possible, so that it makes sense here. You know, you can be like, I'm thankful for my sister. Well, that's great. But what are you thankful for? Mention some of those things in the comments, and I'll talk about a few of them here. So this isn't really Tom thinks. This is y'all think. That's not a really good. That's an interesting idea for a segment. I always have these ideas. But anyhow, what are things that you are thankful for? Because, you know, it's easy to complain about a lot of stuff that happened in 2020. And I'm not saying that you can't say things were bad in 2020, but there are things that we can be thankful for also. So if you're watching this live, here is your chance to shine and say things that you're thankful for. I'll start it off by I'm really thankful that we have a live audience now. I know so many of you by name, you show up in the live chat, and I'll be like, oh yeah, I know who that person is. All right, here we go. I'm thankful that I live with my major gaming partner. Sure, I do too, except they're young children at this point in time. Although me and my wife did play a game last night. That was Ryan and Bethany who said that. Tommy says, I'm thankful for game trays. You must have played Dwellings of Everdale lately. But yeah, game trays are really cool. I'm thankful for the Oceanic expansion coming out before Christmas. Oceanic. Oh, the Wingspan one. Right, it's sitting on the table out there. I haven't opened it up yet. I can't pronounce your name, sorry. Hannah says she's thankful that her husband is willing to play games with me. They're thankful for the werewolf videos. I'm thankful for them too. In fact, I got to get something together here. Jeremiah says, shout out to his gaming group. Super grateful for them. Jacob says, thankful to be able to play games with family over Zoom who live across the world. That is cool. Am I the only person who didn't know Zoom existed before the pandemic? The Schleppo says, thank you for the new Chronicles of Crime Millennium expansion. So good. I played 1400 yesterday, actually, with my wife. A lot of fun. Devin says, thankful my wife and I can spend time with each other gaming. Jerry says, thankful for Forgotten Waters. Was great with the remote playability. That's true. Carrie says, thankful my husband likes to play games. And I've been able to game the last 9 months. Some games play great at 2 players. Battlecry says, thankful for people not complaining. Well, that's true, right? My 3-year-old asked for games daily. Well, that's not always thankful. And last night, me and my wife were playing Chronicles of Crime. We put my son to bed, and he's like, oh, I want to stay up. And we're like, no, you got to go to bed. He said, but me and Mama were playing a game. Oh, I want to watch you play the game. I love watching games. You love watching board games. Yeah, whatever. Anyhow, thankful, says Nika, that we have almost played all our games. Only 5 more to go. Congratulations. Shelf of shame out. Gary says, I'm thankful that there are so many wonderful games to play. You know, I always say the thing that if they stop making games now for the rest of all time, you never run out of games. I'm actually getting close to the point where I could say if you could only play 1 year's worth of games, like only 2020 games for the rest of your life, you'd probably never run out of games to play. Michael says, thankful for Alter Quest. Really brought the Hero Quest nostalgia. I need to get that one played. Michael's thankful for swimming, but I'm not going to say that that is necessarily a board game related thing. Hannah's thankful for the Dice Tower. Thank you, and I appreciate that. And I knew someone might say that, and that's very nice of you all to say. Thankful for my sister and husband playing all the games with me that are not solo games. Thankful for all my children being more and more interested in playing games. I agree. Family members living with me to play games. That is nice. So it's nice that if you have people that you can play with to play games, and if you don't, then we have the online options too. Thankful for the BGG mobile app, which keeps me from buying the same game twice. There's another way to do that, is to play your games. That way you'll know. I'm thankful our board gaming group are able to get back together here in Australia. Okay, that one's good, but it makes some of us who aren't in Australia a little sad. Thankful for Dice Tower Con. That's great. Hopefully we'll have it in 2021. Time will tell. I'm thankful for Gloomhaven. All right, straight up. I'm not going to keep putting up all the nice Dice Tower stuff, and I appreciate them, but I'm not. It's going to start feeling a little self-serving if I put up all those. I'm thankful there are now Euro games without dour merchants on the cover. That's the truth of it. I am thankful for the explosion of the hobby. The 90s were bleak. They weren't as bleak as we might think, but yeah, you're right. I'm going back and doing my 30 years ago series. Yeah, you're right. There's not as many games for sure. I'm thankful for Rodney Smith doing instruction videos. Hey, sure enough. I'm thankful for card sleeves. I'm usually thankful for card sleeves. I'm thankful to be part of the Dice Tower Werewolf. That's true. That's been a really good thing that we've been doing all year. If you don't know what we're talking about, you can join Dice Tower Werewolf group on Facebook. After buying my own home and having no more roommates, I have a dedicated gaming space. Large games can be left set up for as long as needed. I don't know what that means because I have kids, but someday that will. Well, I have the studio here. I guess I could leave a game set up here. Let's see. I'm thankful for solo games. Otherwise, I wouldn't be a gamer anymore. Well, maybe. I'm thankful that Chronicles of Crime 1400 will get played this week. You should. It's very fun. I'm thankful for still being excited to play games old and new. That's true. Someone was talking about that the other day about dropping out of the hobby for a while because they were not feeling that excitement. I understand that. But for some of us, that excitement is still there to play new games. I'm thankful for the many content creators. That's true. There are so many. I'm thankful for all the different contributors here on Board Game Breakfast. I'm thankful for Gale Force 9. Release this, says Victor, which feels like a small advertisement here. I'm thankful for any game that my wife, kids, and me all enjoy. That's true. I'm thankful that my board game cover had some space left before Black Friday. So how many of you went out and bought stuff? Today's Cyber Monday, right? Time to buy games. Everyone's having sales everywhere. I'm thankful that my daughter came from Costa Rica for a 2-week visit. I'm thankful that my wife had started playing a few games with me. I'm thankful that this hobby, there you go, it's very generic, but it's true. This is a great hobby to meet other people. Andrew's thankful for Lords of Waterdeep that got him into the hobby. Aki's thankful for the great painting guides on YouTube. That's true. There are so many out there. If you don't know how to paint, there's so many ways to learn how to paint. I'm thankful for all the game shops that are still open and working hard shipping us games. That's true. I'm thankful for my gaming group has stayed healthy through this year. That's true. That's good. That's certainly something we can be thankful for. Thankful my 5-year-old's more interested in playing games. Thankful for a great, friendly local gaming store near you. His mom is playing games. By the way, I'm reading all the ones that thank me, but I'm just not going to post all of them. Like I said, it feels a little. There's an upcoming marathon. We're going to have Journeys into Middle-earth expansion. Ooh, your own marathon. Well, that's nice. Thankful for friendly people in the hobby. I was reading the other day where someone was like, the board game hobby is so mean. And I'm like, I don't know what they're talking about. Yeah, I've met jerks in the board gaming hobby, but for the most part, I've met wonderful, terrific people in our board gaming hobby. The games keep my mind active, happy, and sharp. That's true. That's one thing I do like about board games. Board games give you a way to get away from a screen for a while, for sure. And this Vanessa has a great gaming group that she misses, so we're all thankful for those gaming groups. Another person thankful for their gaming groups. Thankful for Uwe being abducted by aliens and returned with those hard feed your people games. Sandy says, living on my own. I'm thankful for a local gaming group that plays online. Dominic says, I'm thankful for there being several games out there for nearly anyone's taste. That's true. If someone makes a game, you're like, man, I wish this company would make games I like. well, good news. Somebody is making games that you like. And I'm thankful for my professor who chose to use HeroScape to introduce me to the hobby. I'm thankful for Board Game Geek to answer rules questions. And the board game community is amazing. Alrighty. Oh yeah, from one perspective, join a video game group. That's true. I was watching a video game review the other day because I was interested in learning about this video game, and I was reading the comments, and I was like, I thought I had trouble moderating sometimes board game comments. But alrighty. Oh, and Neshopo says, thankful for clear rule books. Amen to that. Alrighty, well, thank you, everybody, for those things. I hope we can all find things to be thankful for. Make a list. Be a thankful, joyful person. Alrighty, well, we still got a few more things coming up. Let's keep moving.
Hi everybody, I'm Starla.
I'm Mick.
And we are Our Family Plays Games.
Yeah.
And today, we're going to show you another one of our favorite family games.
But this is a new one now.
It is a new game to our collection called Calico.
Calico. It's all about cats, y'all. Now, it's published by AEG and Flat Out Games.
And it's designed by Kevin Rust, and the artist is Beth Sobel.
Yeah, we love Beth Sobel's art. We kind of used it on our t-shirts, too. Yes.
Now, Calico, you are building a quilt, and you want to make patterns and colors that will attract cats.
And these 3 cats, boy, they are hard to please, I tell you. This is not just a easy little game. It makes you think.
It's a very pretty game.
Yes.
It's cute.
Yes.
I love the components of this
You
game.
love cute.
I love the cute.
You love
I love
cute.
that it's colorful.
Oh, yes.
But you know what? Like Mick was saying, it is a strategy game.
Yes, it is.
So don't
Yes,
let the
it is.
cute fool you.
You got only 2 little, each time you
Two
have
tokens in
2
your
tokens to try to put on here because you got to try to follow, different, conditions and patterns.
To get these cats.
Oh, it just gets your mind going, but I love it. I love it.
Yeah, it is an awesome game.
Yes, it is.
It'll be perfect for gateway beginners and also for those people who have been in the hobby a long time.
Yes.
You're going to love Calico.
Yes, you will.
So that's it for us.
That's it.
This is Calico.
Look up Calico, y'all.
All right, everybody. See you next time.
Hey, bye-bye now. We love y'all. Bye-bye.
Hi everybody,
Hello, we are Ryan and Bethany.
from Ryan and Bethany Board Game Reviews.
And today we're talking about Loot of Lima. This is from BoardGameTables.com. It's kind of got a logic and social deduction kind of a thing going on. Everybody has a little bit of the information about the treasure that's on this island that we're looking for. And what you're doing is you're asking questions around to everybody, trying to figure out what they know so that you can kind of figure out where the treasure is. But everybody only has a little bit of the information.
So speaking about a little bit of information, sometimes when my anxiety and stress gets really high, I interpret everybody's actions towards me as negative without realizing that they're also going through stress right now, and they're probably interpreting my actions as negative towards them. So sometimes I don't know about you guys, but sometimes I have to remind myself to kind of step out of that and interpret the actions that I don't have all the information for, and most of the time it has nothing to do with me.
All right, so in Loot of Lima, you're just asking questions from one another. You're trying to figure out what they know so you can figure out where the treasure is. It's all just strict logic. You have to answer questions carefully and answer them carefully, being truthful about it so that way, you really make sure that you don't screw up the whole puzzle.
Yeah, so you can't screw up the whole puzzle because I did that when we played the first time. I gave the wrong answer for something and it messed everything up. So you just have to be, that's why there's a board in the middle so you can know that you're matching what you're asking on your own personal board, and you really have to pay attention to that or else you can mess up everything. But it was really fun.
Yeah, I'd never really played much of a logic puzzle like this before. I really like Sudokus. There's a game called Alchemist that does something, it's kind of similar, but this is much more straightforward and streamlined. It's just straight about the logic, straight about the deduction, trying to figure out where everything was. I thought that was really cool. We had a lot of fun playing Loot of Lima.
If you want to hear more from us, you can find us on YouTube and Facebook. We are Ryan and Bethany Board Game Reviews. Everybody, this is Ryan. I'm Bethany, hoping you have a happy, healthy breakfast.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, guys.
All right, well, I am a fan of Christmas music. I'm also a fan of musicals. So one of the traditions that we normally do on Thanksgiving is we open up the Christmas season. Okay, that's a lie. I open up the Christmas season November 1st. Don't care. I've been playing Christmas music for a month, and I'm proud of it. But anyhow, what we always on Thanksgiving after the meal, we usually watch a Christmas movie. Well, I saw this one on Netflix, and this is Jingle Jangle. This is a musical style original Christmas movie that mixes some really interesting 3D effects and is about a toy maker played in his elder age here by Forrest Whitaker, and then a lot of other actors in this thing. Keegan-Michael Key, who I really, really like his acting, and just the young girl here who's the main character, Journey, is just amazing. But the movie itself is just, it's a wash in colors and brightness and fantastic, and I like that. It is a somewhat slow movie, which I don't say that as a negative thing. The movies are somewhat fast-paced. This one takes its time and really puts emphasis on the songs. I think I like the entire soundtrack. In fact, as soon as I was done watching it, I immediately texted my daughter, who is a huge Greatest Showman fan, and I said, if you like The Greatest Showman, I really think you'll like this. The music has a similar feel to it. I really enjoyed all the songs. I've added a few of them already to my Christmas playlist. Some of them don't sound very Christmassy, so I might add them to my other playlists. But this was a great, very family-friendly movie. Deals with some pretty strong father-daughter relationship. That sort of thing always hits me in the feels, right? Because of the fact that I have 6 daughters. And I like that sort of thing. There's very fantastical things happen in this movie that they never quite explain. And at the end of the movie, my kids said, how did these kids not notice some of the stuff that had happened like around their house? I go, who cares? But I enjoyed it. I think I actually enjoyed it more than the kids did. The kids thought it was fine. I loved it. And my wife and my older daughters who like musicals, I think will enjoy this one even more. So there's silliness in it, but really strong-hearted, good feelings to it also. I even felt a little bit for the bad guy. Of course, I like the bad guy too. So anyhow, that's Jingle Jangle. Highly recommend it.
What is up? My name is Melissa McCack, and this is Smashin' Buttons and Slammin' Cards. This is a segment where I talk about a video game I love and I connect it to a board game I love. And this week, I want to talk about Overcooked 2 specifically because you could actually play that online with your friends. Overcooked is a video game where you are in a restaurant cooking a bunch of different kinds of recipes, and you're trying to serve the customers as quickly as possible, and you're trying to reach a certain point threshold in order to, I guess, beat the little mission that you're on. And it's super cool. It requires a lot of communication between your teammates to get the ingredients that you need, chop up all the stuff that you need, and ultimately serve the proper dish to the customers. I like to connect that to Kitchen Rush. So Kitchen Rush was an easy pick for me for this because Kitchen Rush is pretty much Overcooked the video game as a board game. In Kitchen Rush, it is a very difficult cooperative style game where you're doing the sort of same things where you're trying to get the ingredients that you need in order to fulfill recipes. This one's a little bit different where you have like certain plate sizes that you have to accommodate for certain dishes, and you're trying to get the prestige of your restaurant to go up so you could get certain benefits, and you're hiring your workers. You could lose your workers if you can't pay their wages, which is really frustrating. But yes, this game is super difficult, much more difficult than Overcooked is, I find. Anyway, that is it for this week. Thank you so much for watching. If you'd like, you can check out mine and my brother's channel called Room 51. I'll catch you next time.
Hey everyone! Today on the plastic canvas we're turning the dragon from Clank Legacy from this into this in just 2 minutes. Hey everyone, Matt here from the Plastic Canvas, and today on 2 Minute Mini we're painting the dragon from Clank Legacy. Now, painting the dragon was lots and lots of fun because there's a really cool cartoony style in Clank that I was able to sort of follow when painting the dragon, which meant I wasn't forced into doing a realistic sort of dragon look. So I started with my airbrush just to build up the basic tones and do a Zenithal style base coat with the skin fleshy kind of tones on the chest and then the green scaly tones on the back. So I started with a brown for the fleshy part and a really dark green for the scales, and then just gradually went to lighter versions of those colours, and each layer was hit from a higher angle just to give the impression that it's being hit with light from above. And then to build some really good contrast to get that cartoony style, I then just did some edge highlighting. So on the underside of each of those scaled sections is a really dark shadow. So I took my brightest skin tone and my brightest green and just edge highlighted the edge of those scales so that there was a really bright green or flesh tone immediately next to a really dark green or dark flesh tone. And that contrast right next to each other like that just gave that cool cartoony style. And then also I did that high contrast edge highlighting along those different chunks that had been taken out, both on the fleshy part and the scaly part, just to sort of over highlight, but that's sort of what really helped to bring out that cartoony style that I was going for. And then I was really happy with how the horns looked there by doing some wet blending from the black through to that light grey. So a very simple mini to paint, but lots of fun by being able to push that cartoony style. So if you'd like to see the full version of this video, you can head over to my channel, The Plastic Canvas, and I hope you enjoy your breakfast.
Thanks for watching Board Game Breakfast. Tune in each week for your...
Wait. I get to say goodbye first. I forgot to put a last segment in there for me to say goodbye. All right. Thank you, folks, for watching. I wish I could paint like that. I need you to paint my dragon for me. Holly's doing some painting for me and stuff, but wow. Okay, folks, thanks for watching. Don't forget Pandasaurus is a contest. Remember to enter that. You just need to email me at contest@dicetower.com. In the subject line, put the word Godspeed in the description. Put your address so we know where to send it to. So check that out. In just 30 minutes, Z is going to be doing What's Happening, and then 2 hours after that, I'll be doing a Q&A here on the Dice Tower channel. Lots of cool things coming. Thank you so much for watching this live. Now we'll do the outro. Until next time, I'm Tom Vasel, and you've been watching Board Game Breakfast.
Thanks for watching Board Game Breakfast. Tune in each week for your daily dose of gaming goodness with Tom Vasel and all the gang. Until next time, I'm Eric Summerer, and you've been watching Board Game Breakfast, a Dice Tower production.